Get ready for perhaps the most intense hourglass match you will ever witness. In this hourglass match, I dived on this open crew galleon. 2 of the 3 people joined. Our opponent, a solo sloop. They previously had a great solo run, until they pressed the champion battle icon on the parchment.
Oh no, you're screwed.
What does that do? Well, because you're rolling over your opponents, the game offers you the harder choice, where you can find fights a bit more challenging. Unfortunately for the sloop, he didn't want more challenging. And here's the galley crew, myself, Emotional, and Smiley Riley YT. Emotional gives us an inspirational speech at the beginning. Ever the emote user, he is sworn to the use of the harpoon. He narrowly misses his target by a mere 500 meters. Open mic on full blast, we hear the nearby fan. We're being graced by the constant sound of wind in our ears. The match intensifies as the sloop sails off out of cannon range, reconsidering his life choices. My crew decides it needs a morale boost with the threatening tunes of Happy Birthday. As our blood boils at the joyful sound, Emotional takes to the harpoon once more. Emotional snags the target, but is unable to reel in his prey. As the budget fees for the orchestra and game runs out, the music dies off, and we are left with the dull, comforting sounds of Emotional's fan. The sloop is suddenly feeling good about its chances. Smiley Riley decides to honor the sloop's attack and returns fire. I join the volley, and Emotional offers support harpoons of inspiration. Emotional becomes aware that we may have had a couple of holes and heroically fixes them. The solo sloop player, Holy Milk, suddenly feels outmatched. I sense fear and weakness in our opponent. I decide that now is the time to end this and use clever use of in-game mechanics. As I board, my opponent reveals his firm knowledge of the technique of the Sword Lord. I consume my pocket-sized fruit salad and withstand the lashes until I'm finally able to reload. Emotional is communicating, welcoming our final and 4th member of this open crew galleon, Scooby Poo. Emotional, our fearless leader, showing how masterful he is at the harpoon, reveals just how in control of the situation he truly was in. There was no fight either. This hourglass fight may have been a bit too intense for you, viewer. The rush, the adrenaline, the explosive action. I thought so too at first, fearing if I released this would be too much. Until I remembered the inspiring words of Emotional as we entered the match. It's scary. How should I go with the foreigner? How can I explain it to the foreigner? Last night, in the train room, your foreigner drifted silky on the track. But due to network reasons, in our eyes, his car was still like a fly on the ground. But suddenly, 2 bad guys came into the room, and they laughed at his drift skills. Remember these words, viewer, and carry them with you into your next battle.